What's going on, family? Stop laughing at me. That's literally what happened earlier this week. I chose the wrong date and time. So. Hey. What's cracking, fam? What do we got? Do I have the famous Evie? Ask Evie. Evie from ClickUp.
The famous Evie?
The famous Emily Evie. Stop laughing at me. That's literally what happened earlier this week. I chose the wrong date and time. There you are. I was echoing on my end. What else do you go by? Do you go by anything else? What else do they call you?
By the crazy German. But yeah, by now, pretty much everybody calls me Evie.
The crazy German? I like the crazy German.
Or the queen today.
The queen. Yes, the queen. Hold on, this way. The queen. Look at the crown, very well placed over her head. That's perfect. Yes, that's perfect. Hey, Gretchen is here. How are you? I see Paul checked in early, but it didn't show up on my eCam chat, so I can't bring it in. Today's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Are you excited? Are you ready for the questions?
We'll see what kind of questions you're bringing.
All right, I guess. I'm ready. We're gonna have a good time.
We'll be having fun.
We are. Let me make sure my phone is ready to go. NDI.
Oh, look, YouTube is telling me India is going live now that she actually scheduled the show for today.
Now that we're actually live, it's a little late, but I guess better late than never. I'll take better late than never. That's all right. Hey, girl. Hey, Gigi, I had lunch with Makita today. We had a good lunch. I had lunch with her for about 4 hours. I hadn't seen Makita in person in like, I don't even know, 3 years. Oh, Evie, what are you drinking? Are you drinking?
I am drinking.
Toast. Salute to you. Cheers. Clink.
Cheers.
Clink. And toast to you guys. We're gonna have fun. Bringing back ladies' night. I need a safe, what is it, like a safe. Hey guys, what's going on? Today is gonna be so amazing. I know that I was in the middle of a sentence, but we have the one and only Crazy German, because that's what I'm gonna call you now. I'm just going to call you the crazy German. Ask Evie.
I am the crazy German.
The ClickUp queen, royalty, the crazy German. I like that new name now. I'm just going to say that to drive me crazy.
You can call me nearly anything.
All right. See, because you're my boo, you're my babe. I love all of that stuff. We got people checking in. Shayna is saying she is watching. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? Gretchen is saying I'm going out and coming back. My feed is blurry. Damn, windstorm again. All right. Yes. Gigi saying hello to you.
It's technology right now.
Exactly.
I'm checking on my channel for the cross posting and nothing is happening.
Really? Nothing?
I have no idea what's going on with technology right now.
Oh, that's so weird.
I'm like,
well, it's a good thing we don't rely on it, right? Like, oh God. Paul says, I'm sure that has all the alcohol removed. Don't drink and stream. For the both of us, oh yeah, that's exactly. This is, what is this like?
Totally alcohol free. Mm-hmm.
Sure. So I don't drink the way I used to drink. Two reasons.
But you already pre-lit today too.
I did pre-lit today. I had a good reason though. So let's talk about it. So first off, I don't drink the way I used to drink for 2 reasons. The one reason is because I'm trying to be healthier and lose weight, and with cycling and all of that, right? Like if I lose all the calories, drinking puts all the calories back on. But then the other thing is that I want to make sure that, because Angie and I see each other on average at least once a month minimum. Good months we'll see each other more often, but at least once a month minimum. And then when we see each other, it's like, I want no holds barred. So we're going to go out. We're going to drink. We're going to drink at home. We're going to drink. We're not alcoholics, but we're going to drink wherever we go. Listen, give me a spiked coffee. I'll drink when I'm with Angie. So knowing that I have like that no limitations, I very rarely drink because when I see her, it's like I save it for that. But then I saw my best friend today, which we hadn't seen in person now on almost 4 years we haven't seen each other in person. It's been like through FaceTime and phone calls. So I was telling Evie that I had 2 Tito's and seltzer and then 2 Guinness beers. And now I'm on my blue moon. So I might wake up with a little bit of a headache. I feel good though.
I can't. It's funny because I used to be able to drink whatever, whenever. Now, so this one I have, Aldi for the win, works fine. I'm all good. I had a different pink bubbly, and my whole sinuses were just like, I'm allergic to it.
What do you mean? Would you like help me to understand that?
No, they were just completely clogged up, like hay fever kind of sinus clogged up thing. Based off drinking specific alcohols. I'm like, getting old sucks.
So, I love you and no shade to you. But then what does that mean? Does that mean that you drink enough to notice that? And then did you drink
literally
enough?
with one glass.
One?
I'm not even buzzed yet, and I already feel like I'm allergic to that specific alcohol. Luckily, it's not all.
Yeah.
So that one works fine. My regular just vodka and something usually works fine. But if I go fancy, there is something that just doesn't sit well with me anymore.
Right.
Who knows?
All right, hold. I'm sending a text message. Angie's yelling at me, so I'm not texting her because she's yelling at me. But let me just send this really quick. So I'm back. That's how quick it was. So I'm going to be formal. Ladies' night is back. Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. That's what I was saying before the stream. We went from the countdown time.
Formal?
I know. I can be formal.
India formal?
I can be formal. That's all I'm going to say to that. So before we get into shenanigans, because we are going to get into shenanigans tonight, and we're going to have a very good time. I'm very excited. Ladies' night, just hanging out, chilling. You have your drink. I have my drink. Let's toast again for the community one more time. Here, let's toast one more time. Let's do that. Drink. There you go. Drink. Why don't you tell everyone, how many times do you repeat a week? How often you tell? Like, how many times do you do your elevator pitch introduction a week?
Oh my God. Is it a video recording week or is it a normal week?
Right.
I'm a business efficiency consultant for digital entrepreneurs and agencies that want to scale without the hustle.
Was that your introduction? Wait, hold on. I wasn't ready. I wanted to solo in on you. Hold on. Okay, try that again. Wait, you didn't give me an opportunity. Wait. I'm like, wait, was that your introduction? God damn it. Hold on. Okay, try again. Now and go.
You asked for the elevator pitch. I'm a business efficiency consultant for digital entrepreneurs and agencies that want to scale without the hustle.
Okay. And basically,
yes,
she's a boss.
And I've been polishing that thing.
That's good. She's a boss bitch. That was under like 5 seconds, I think, realistically. So like when they do the virtual networking.
But did it catch your interest?
It did. So you said efficiency. For me, there's certain things. What clicked for me was the efficiency consultant, because I'm all about being more efficient. So I'm like, my ears would immediately perk up and I'd be like, tell me more, right? The little bit of intrigue. And I'd be like, tell me more. How can I be more efficient? Help me. And there's consultancies for that. I need to be more be more efficient for that. So let's check in.
And you implement right away too, because I've been stalking your Instagram this morning and Missy was implementing all the nerdiness we shared yesterday.
I was. Listen, I don't play no games.
Yesterday?
I don't play the day before. The day before. So I went to Barnes and Nobles while I was waiting for my best friend, my other best friend, because Angie is my best friend. That's the shade that I got. So my other best friend, while I was waiting for my other best friend to show up, so I was in Barnes and Nobles. I had my iPad with my magic keyboard. I was using Jasper, and I was just continuing and making the one of my blog posts for my Stream Deck. And then I went and looked up all the for Dummies books, and there was an SEO for Dummies, podcasting for Dummies, and blogging for Dummies. And what I did was, unfortunately, for Barnes and Nobles, and I wish that they had a price match policy, and I think that that's to the detriment of their business. Those books, so the SEO for Dummies is $29.99 brand new from Barnes and Nobles. I can get it brand new from Amazon for $17.99. So I didn't buy it because why would I? That's like $13. And then the other books, which I don't need those books new, right? Like one of the books, I think it was Podcasting for Dummies, was $6 used. That is like I can write. So, and again, brand new was $24. So as bad as I felt, I was like, and I, there were things you can tell that it's outdated. I went and I looked on the SEO book. I looked at the copyright date to see when it was printed, and it was updated as of 2020. That's the first thing I looked at. And it's so funny because I said, well, at least I picked something up from high school, went to check when this book was printed. I learned something valuable. But there were other things that I can see it being valuable to have on my shelf now that I'm really getting into it. But I wasn't trying to pay $30 when I can get it from Amazon for literally half of the price. And Barnes and Nobles doesn't price match. So I feel like that's going to be to their detriment. How do you feel? Yeah. How do you feel about that?
A lot of companies do that nowadays. Again, as long as it is original, new, and you are not coming up with the whole used price.
Right.
And it's a hit and miss. Me as a buyer, I'm like, just match the price. It's the same product.
I'm here. Exactly.
And they're actually making less money on my sale because they got to ship it to me too.
Right. Exactly.
On the other hand, I am in a predicament. I want the book now.
Now. Right.
But do I really have to have an SEO book right now and cannot wait 24 hours?
Correct. Because Amazon is next day. Exactly. Yeah, so there are certain books. I don't know. I feel I've been battling. So, okay. So I've mentioned this a few times. Target has their book section, and Target will price match Amazon. So I'll definitely buy, because I think that there are certain books that you should have the hard copy. I'm a big fan. I have my own Kindle, right? So I have my iPad, but I have a dedicated Kindle to read. I love reading my Kindle books, but I think that there are certain books that I like to have. Do you have your Kindle? Look at your your iPad mini, and we have the same color. Exactly, right? But I like to have certain books.
Do you have a fancy stand like I do?
No. What stand is that? What is that? What is that from?
It is magnetic on the front. So because I bought my iPad mini to read, right? I want to grab this, throw this in my purse, go have a coffee somewhere and be able to read.
Yep.
So I wanted a stand that I can stand it like this too.
Yep.
But I didn't want to add to it. I wanted it nice and easy.
Yep.
So this one right here, it is magnetic. So you can, not that one, that way.
Yeah.
Now I can stand it down and it stands like that.
Right. And landscape, a portrait.
And I can do the landscape.
Or landscape.
Too.
Yep. Yeah, I like that.
Best $15 ever spent.
Exactly.
And it holds the pen too. So I don't trust the magnet on its own.
Neither do I. So
and
listen,
we all know how expensive those are.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've lost, with my other iPad Pro, I was back before the pandemic. I was using it on all my business meetings. And depending on where I'm going, like if I'm going to a business meeting that I don't need my bag, I always take my laptop, my iPad for notes. So I'll take it out, and I had kind of like, the Apple cover one where the pencil's on the side and it's just the cover itself. And I went to the meeting, and I think when I was getting back in the car, the pencil fell off and I didn't realize, and it was an hour and a half away, right? So it's done. At that point, it's done. There's no going back to it.
Yeah.
The waste of $130 if you can't get it on sale. And then I immediately did buy one of those type of cases where the pencil sits in. I don't have that now for this one, but then I will not take it. Like, it's always in my bag.
Now, did you also do that?
So no, I did not. What's the second half? So I saw your name. Were there numbers on
my
that?
phone number.
I saw that. See, see? Do you think anybody will return it though? Maybe for an Apple Pencil.
The last thing we give up is hope.
I guess. How long did you have to wait for that? You're so stupid. The last thing we give up is
You mean because I paid double the price to get an iPhone adapter because I was too lazy to go in the store and just pick one
right,
up?
right.
Yeah, no, it was a week or something like that.
Mm.
It wasn't too bad.
Okay, nothing too bad. Right. But
It
that's a good
wasn't too
idea.
bad.
I never thought to. That's actually a great idea to customize it with your phone number. That if someone does pick it up, you would hope on, like you said, hope on humanity that they would call you and say, hey, I picked up this white thing. Even if they don't know what the Apple Pencil is, it had your phone number, so I'm assuming you need it. That's a pretty good idea.
I picked up this white thing.
This white thing.
Okay, you might be a cute dude, but I'm not taking you out for dinner because you don't even know what an iPad. Yeah.
Right. You better not call me and ask for more than that. I'm going to take my pencil and be done with it. Exactly. We got Noel del Pilar, great photographer, checking in from Puerto Rico. Thank you, Noel. How are you doing today? Glenda Creative telling us both hello. Hi, Glenda. Thanks for coming through.
Hey.
And Paul is just reminding Paul, and I saw Lewis and a few people said, don't forget to hit that like button. So are you ready for the fun? Because that's what everybody's here for. Everybody's ready for the fun.
Is anybody ever ready for the India Delgado? You never know what she comes up with.
This is true. And the only India Delgado that you will find on YouTube. You guys know that. So let me make sure. Let me get my NDI turned back on. Excuse me. While I get the NDI turned back on, is there anything that you want to say before the real shenanigans begin? Speak now. Speak now. Nope.
Am I sure I know what I signed up for?
I don't think you know. I don't know. So let me go back. All right. So.
No, I don't. Yeah. No.
All right. So we're going to get into it. So today, guys,
if you guys don't see or hear anything of me after this live show, I might just be hiding somewhere.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Did I freeze?
You didn't freeze. No, you're good. You're good. All right. So we're going to try something different on Ladies Night. So what's funny is that the next guest to come on is Angie. Angie has booked herself time with me. She's going to be with me. She comes to the house next week, Friday. She's going to spend the whole week. So I'm actually very excited. Did you let
Paul out of the closet?
Paul is, so
what
I gave
Paul
him
doing out of the closet.
I gave him my laptop. So Paul is not allowed out of the closet. I just let him out to use the bathroom back there. And I give him some food. And then I gave him my laptop because I still need him to moderate. So Paul is still in the closet. But, I better. He said I better go back. Yes, Paul, you're going to get pow pow. So I suggest you get back in the closet. Hey, Albert, what is going on? How are you doing today? Thank you for coming through. Yes, I love NDI. NDI is amazing. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this. I discovered Pod Dex, P-O-D space Dex from Dr. Elo. Evie's getting ready. You see, she took a drink. She's getting ready because she's preparing herself for the Pod Dex. She has the whole bottle. Look. And the next time, and I kind of slacked off. I didn't prepare my affiliate link the right way, and that's okay. But the next time we do this next week with Angie, because I'm going to try this with Angie, and then Gigi comes on the week after. So I feel like depending on listen, Evie, you are going to dictate how this goes for the rest of my guests, because they're either going to either say yes and keep their appointments, their scheduled times, or they're going to say, nah, I saw how that train wreck went. I'm not going on your show. Angie's going to stay upstairs and Gigi's just not going to dial in on the 30th. So I need you to make sure we make this really good. Don't make this a train wreck. No pressure. So one of the things that we're going to do during Ladies Night is we're going to take advantage of Pod Decks. And these are all of the different categories. So what I did was I've been going through the different categories and I've been picking out questions that resonate with me. And so I have my own. If we scroll all the way down, we have the custom pod deck. So you can see there's a relationship deck. I'm going to pick a bunch of questions for that for me and Angie, but a lot of cool different categories. So I picked some would you rather questions for you tonight. Let's go through.
Pop in the comment section. Who gets the reference on the would you rather? There is an image.
Oh yes, there is there is, yes. Blue pill or red pill. We need to know. Everyone has to answer that question. I want to know how much you know. So I picked some cards from there. What else did I pick? Where else did I look at? Hold on. I think I looked at not safe for work, and what I there have a bunch of them. I didn't really look. I didn't find anything that I like so far. Let me see. There may be some this or that on there. What else is on there? Let's keep going. So, and I just want to show you guys that they actually have really cool, I think I did some deal breakers, but they have some really cool categories. I definitely grabbed a bunch from techies, especially for us in our community. The questions from there were pretty cool. I did grab a few WTF questions. I grabbed a bunch for the hustle. And so I did grab a bunch from the hustle and I asked those questions. And because you and I are friends, I feel like some of the stuff I know how you're going to answer. And it's so funny because as I was I think so. You're right. And so that was twofold because I started to ignore the question because I was like, oh, I know that answer. And then I said, wait a minute, I may know that answer from my friend, but my community may not. That's one. And then two, my friend may very well surprise me. So I did pick a bunch of questions from the hustle. I picked a handful of questions from icebreakers, and I also picked questions from the ultimate interview deck. So we're going to get into it. So let's go into the custom deck and let's get started. You ready?
Okay.
Oh, I put 52 cards here. We're not going to go through all 52. Paul is allowed to
stick around.
Paul is allowed to stick around. So, okay, hold on. So let's go in.
And I'm proud of Gretchen.
Okay, so she says, I'm giving myself a drawing challenge. Paul, in your closet with a laptop. Sounds like a character from Clue. Ooh, yes, let's do it. The Matrix. Yes, the Matrix. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. The blue pill or the red pill. That was good. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, you guys are coming right in time. Okay, Evie, are you ready?
Sure. Bring it on.
Hold on. So I need, you know what sound effect I need? So I have this sound effect. That one's good, but I also want the
That is stressful right now.
Wait. So
do you see the sweat coming down?
So when I first started in our community, I was thankful to Doc Rock, and Doc took me under his wing, and Doc invited me to almost every single one of his Saturday shows. I was kind of like his co-host as I first started getting in. And I think Lewis was a part of that live stream, like in the community, where someone asked us a question and it was like, answer this question in 30 seconds or some shit like that. And Doc said, I'm a Puerto Rican. I don't know if I can do that. You know. And so I was like, all right, let's do it. And so I put a timer, like we all, like the whole community, we put a timer, and because he swore he was going to be, and you know, Doc, he swore that he was going to be able to do this simple answer. So I was like, all right, let's go. So I think I turned on the eCam live and we, did the thing, the eCam timer, and he started doing it. And I was like, all right, and go. And so he gets into it. And then immediately, like he's still like nowhere near halfway through the point. I was like, you're done. And Doc's jaw literally dropped. It was the fun because he just like stopped, like, we all died laughing.
Doc
it was so funny.
Something in 30 seconds is impossible.
And I need to find that. And we laugh about that every now and again because his feelings were so hurt when I like cut it off. And I don't remember what sound effect it was, but I had the right sound effect at the right time that his feelings were so hurt that he was like, there's no way. And I was like, yeah, bro, you're done. Like it was the funniest thing to catch that live. A really good time. Right. Lewis remembers, he says I was there. He had to answer the question in 30 seconds. His face was classic. It was like I was crying because his feelings were like he really couldn't believe that 30 seconds had passed. All right. Okay. So, all right, let's get into it.
Like, I don't stop talking, but Doc takes it to a whole new level.
Whole nother level. I mean, listen, I'm the one. I can't talk. I will say a whole bunch of stuff, right? It was like a buzzer. It was something that I had on the Rodecaster, and it was like freaking priceless. I loved it. All right. So, because you're my guest, I'm going to just put you under pressure. And you said that you're ready. You said that you're an open book. And so let's go. And some of them are easy. Some of them are not, but what word or phrase do you say too much?
Literally.
Literally?
Literally.
Not
I am
literally, but
catching
literally.
myself.
Literally.
I am catching myself doing
Yeah.
it where I'm like, this has nothing to do in the sentence. It brings nothing.
Right. But you say literally. Okay, so
Right.
now, damn it. So now I know. So this is good. I'm glad I'm going through this exercise because now I feel like I need like a certain whiteboard because as I would love to be prepared tonight to count how many times you say literally. So who's going to volunteer?
I have been working on it, so you might be out of luck with that one.
Who tonight is going to be the literally? It's like we're in Toastmasters and the people who count like the ums and, the ahs. Who's going to count how many times Evie says literally? I need to know.
I have been getting better with that.
All right. So that's good. So maybe it's not as much. Let's see. You know our community. They will be like all for counting for it. Hey, Sammy, how are you? Time stops for Doc. At least it's mine.
We actually did that in school. We
Did you?
had a teacher in school, which was like Bible study or something. It was when I was living in Bavaria. You actually have Bible study in school.
Yeah.
And she had, there is a phrase in Bavarian, which is like "fi." It has no real meaning. It adds no substance to the conversation.
Right.
And I think her record was in one class, which is 45 minutes. We came up to somewhere of 365 times.
No.
Oh, yeah. We were sitting in class.
Literally.
And
Wait, literally, you said it. Gretchen. So Gretchen said that she's going to count it. Oh, tonight is going to be fun. I'm very excited for the pod decks. Tonight is going to be fun. And Paul says, it sounds like a counter button on the stream deck. So that might be a good idea. I got to check that out and look into that. Because look at, why are you grabbing your bottle like that?
Because I'm going to need it tonight.
Okay. For me, I don't know. And which Angie we're paying around. I feel like it's a curse word. I feel like it might be fuck or shit or coño.
Can you ever use fuck too much?
No, you can't. What word or phrase do you say too much? Maybe you're, but I only say that when I'm live streaming. I'd like to hear Angie's thought process on that. Thank you for coming through, Sean. I appreciate you. I used to have a teacher that and it was 300 plus per class. That is, that's so funny. I have my button program. Okay, Paul says he has a button program too, and Gretchen has a tally. Okay, ready? Look at Evie's like already pouring herself another glass. Okay, so next one. I'll answer the next one first. Okay, so the next one says, what piece of advice would you give to college graduates who want to become entrepreneurs? Oh man, what piece of advice? I think without thinking, and that's the fun of today, without thinking these through, right? We're going to be like, what's the first thing? For me, the first thing is just do it. Like, no regrets, do it. Because I think a lot of things hold us back, and our fears of the unknown or our fear of failing, that becomes a stop, right? A non-starter. And I think without really putting too much into this, I would say just start. Okay, so what about you? What advice?
Do we have teachers in the audience? They might not like my answer.
Besides Gretchen, and Gretchen's no longer a teacher. So, Kevin says find a good mentor. Kevin's playing along with us. Okay, what else? Evie, that's a good one. That's a great one.
College graduates, forget about what you learned in school and count on the people you met.
Yes.
To me, the most important thing, which has been my struggle with constantly moving and not actually having the support system here that other people have that went to school in the US.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what you learn in school. Let's be honest. Stuff is outdated within 3 to 6 months.
Yep.
It really doesn't. Yes, there is stuff that I have learned that definitely makes my life easier. I can fix my own electrical and plumbing and all the things, right?
Yep.
Been there, done that.
Yep.
But the real value in college is the people you meet and stay in contact with.
That was great. Oh, wait, that one. That was great. And you know what I'm realizing with this, Evie, which I know you can appreciate? These cards will turn out to be great micro content to repurpose. Like that answer that you just gave me is perfect. And it's a great, like in a short 60 seconds. Ooh, is about to be on like Donkey Kong. I'm very excited for that. Kevin said
excited?
relationships matter, right? These are great.
Yep.
And Gretchen says acknowledge that it is still a business. Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's go on. If you died and had to choose one place to haunt for the rest of eternity, where would you choose to haunt?
No stress. No stress at all. The
Okay, so
thing
while you're
is,
while you're thinking, I'll
what
answer that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I probably would haunt my first husband. But like the
Ooh,
full on haunting, the full
like a
on
bad
books
haunting.
flying,
Like yeah, like breaking
yeah.
breaking stuff.
Uh-huh. Because
Mm.
that's the only thing that comes to my mind where I really would be haunting. If you are thinking about more of having fun with it,
Hmm.
oh, my mom would have fun getting haunted by me, definitely.
So
But
that's what I thought of.
if
Yep.
it's really the mean
Right.
haunting,
Right.
the movies I don't watch anymore. Oh yeah, my first husband, he deserves every minute of it.
Well, okay then. That is a conversation for another day. And when I looked at this card, that's what I thought of. I think for me, if it were to be like right now in this day and time, I would haunt for the rest of eternity. Well, that's, you know, what's interesting is that says the rest of eternity. So that's a little bit different. But I would say where my mom is, I would haunt my mom for right now because the rest of eternity, that's also different because, right, like your husband's not going to be there for eternity. My mom won't be there.
That's where my initial
Mm,
thinking was going, where I'm like, okay,
right,
I'm gonna spend my whole time there. The
right.
beach here in San Diego.
Okay. Okay.
Hunt hunt every hot guy that's running around shirtless on the beach in San Diego just because I enjoy doing it.
Just
So,
because.
no,
Okay. I like
that's
that
like,
answer.
okay, where do we take hunting? Because
I
if
like
I'm
that
supposed
answer.
to spend the rest of my nun life there,
Right.
let's make
Right.
it fun.
Kevin says Disneyland. That's pretty cool. So Disneyland and well, in Disney World, I'm sure they have a similar ride, right? It's the Haunted Mansion. That would be good to haunt in Disney World,
Mhm.
Disneyland, the Haunted Mansion. That's funny. All right. Let's go. Next. How did you distinguish yourself from your competitors? Oh, you weren't expecting these answers tonight. Look at your face.
I'm just like, I don't how am I different? I don't necessarily try to distinguish myself.
Right.
I've been on a journey of figuring out who me is. Um so I'm that's why I'm like I don't know.
Yeah.
Trying to be me. I'm different
Yep.
than anybody else.
Yeah. That would be a very similar answer for me. It's just being myself. That's it, right? Like it's just being me. That's how you
Yep.
distinguish yourself. I think that the biggest thing where people get caught up in is that they try to be like other people and it's like, well, no, because then you can't be different. So, all right, next, let's see. And Paul says that he would haunt me and be my reminder 24/7, which I
Are
100%.
you are that weird noise in the closet?
Yeah, that's Paul. That's Paul back there. Look.
The
That's Paul.
toilet that keeps running?
That's Paul. Kevin says, just being me, I'm not for
Yeah.
everyone, and everyone is not for me. Exactly, 100%. See, this is good. Oh, I like this. All right, let's see. If you lost everything you worked for tomorrow, what's the first step in starting over? What do you do first? Now that you've learned everything, what's the first thing you do now that you have to start over?
I've done that.
Okay, so what was the first thing you did when you started over?
Starting my business back up.
Okay.
Gotta get money in the door, gotta get food on the table. I'm like,
So, you,
that's what I did when Pete passed away. I've
yeah,
literally lost everything. So what
right.
do? You roll up your sleeves and you start again.
That's it. So you just put one foot in front of the other and move forward.
The other
Um,
choice is no choice.
That's it. See, I knew, and I knew trying it with you was going to be great. I was like, oh, if it's anyone that's going to answer these questions like with realness, it's going to be great. It's going to be Evie. So Kevin says, Kevin is loving this game. I'm going to have to bring Kevin on just so he can play the game with me. He's on it. Document everything with video. That's good too. That's good too. Right? Because
that was one of the lessons that I had learned through Pete going through cancer. I forget things. I literally have still spots in my past that are black holes, and I don't remember them. It's like I don't necessarily take everything with video, but I take so many pictures, and everybody's like, "Why are you taking a picture of that?" Because that's how I remember. That's how I ensure I actually know what happened.
Yep, I agree. And I'm the same way. And it's so funny because sometimes Angie gets, like, she's actually a really good sport. But then there are times that she's like, babe, stop taking a picture. And we have a conversation. And then she will say, she does, I guess for her, it like clicks. And she will take a minute to say thank you for documenting those moments. Even especially for her as a mom. Right? Like a lot of moms struggle that no one is capturing those moments of the mothers with their kids. And so I try to be very conscious and present in the moment when I'm hanging out with her and her kids to snap pictures where, like, even when they're on FaceTime, there was something a few weeks ago, we were on FaceTime and they were reading. Her littlest one was pretending to read to her, and I was snapping a bunch of pictures because it's those things that it's like, it seems so mundane in the moment, but I'm sure in 20 years from now, for her to be able to look back, that she can have that with all the little ones, and she wasn't the one taking pictures, that she's actually in the right. That's so huge. And because so it bothers me. It drives me crazy when people are like, don't take pictures, because it's so like, why? You never know.
As long as you are still in the moment. Don't get me wrong. I make fun of it because I do love taking pictures, and my mom lives vicariously through me. I went out for dinner, and she knew I was going out, and she is like, you better post food pictures. And then the next day she is like, why didn't you post any food pictures? And I'm like, because it wasn't that good.
Right.
And she is, but
I want to see what you had.
Living through me. And it's celebrating, but as long as you are still there. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm one of these people, give me 5 seconds to take some pictures of the food.
Yeah.
I have seen situations where people do that and then complain that the food is cold because they took 5 minutes to set everything up and don't know how to set and rearrange.
Right.
And I'm like, that's your fault. That's not the server's fault. So finding that balance between taking pictures or video and being in the moment, it is possible.
Yep. 100%. And me and Angie talk about that too, because there are times, like, especially when she comes for longer times, or if we haven't seen each other in a long time, my phone is in my back pocket or whatever it is, because I want to make sure that I'm soaking in all of those minutes. But then we will, like, the whole, whatever the time frame will be, whether it's a weekend or whatever, it'll pass by and it's like, oh no, we didn't take any any pictures. And it's like, so it's that, like, we didn't take, but then it's that satisfaction of, but we have the memories. So it is kind of having a good balance, but being mindful of that. Gigi says 24-hour pity party for this question. She says 24-hour pity party. After that, get to work, leverage relationships, be vulnerable, and rebuild. I think that is really good. That is great stuff, Gigi. I love that. Glenda says, as a professional scrapbook artist, I can tell you that the worst thing for mothers, especially for those who scrapbook, is that they always have the camera in their hand, so they'll sell them in pictures. And I've heard that a lot. You know, being with Angie has helped me understand that. And so even like with me and my mom, I try to make sure that I take a lot of pictures either of my mom or with my mom, because I want to have those memories, right? Like, you never know. So, all right. Ready for the next one? Yes. Yeah. Are you thinking about it? Okay. I don't know. Are you? Okay. In 40 years, what will people be nostalgic for? Your faces. Listen, you're going to give me good micro content, because it's going to be like those videos where I like zoom in on the funny face. Just warning you.
I'm known for my faces. I can talk with my face alone without saying a word. What will people be nostalgic for? Okay, maybe I should not. The picture that popped in my head right now is what's the movie where the cop got frozen and he got unfrozen again like 50 years later?
Oh, I don't know. I'm bad with movies, girl.
Yeah, me too. That's why I don't know what the main character name is or
A cop
what the movie
50
name is.
years later.
You are so where I'm going with all
Okay.
of this in
Yes.
that movie. They are having intercourse virtually. They don't get to
Mm-mm.
touch.
Mm-mm.
They're just sitting in a box with a thing on your head, and that's it. So
Kodos, K-Walk asks if it was Total Recall. I don't know.
I think so, potentially. I
Mm.
suck with movie names.
Okay, so Vaughn also said
It is Total
Total
Recall.
Recall.
Yeah.
Okay, Total Recall. Yeah.
So that popped in my head where I'm like, yeah, considering with the 2
Yeah.
years we just went through and
Right.
all the virus stuff and everything, I have the feeling they might not even know how this has been done in 2022.
Yep. All right. So for me, I cheated a little bit. That's so funny,
Like
right?
you chose the question.
Exactly. That's why it's like, so I cheated a little bit because I was like, oh, how would I answer this question? I mean, it was very brief because I was like, okay, I'll add this to the card. I literally
Demolition Man, that's what it is. Sorry.
okay,
I'm
that was
completely
there
interrupting
you
you.
go. Demolition Man. Okay. Got it. Pop culture kid is K-Walk is saying. A world before Maida. I'm just
Yeah.
looking at the cup. Sylvester Stallone.
Yep, exactly.
I think that people will be nostalgic. So similar along the lines, when I thought about this, I thought it was similar along the lines of what you're saying. I didn't think about, the sex part, but I did think about the tangible part. I think, so look at what has happened to us in the last 2 years. In-person meetings have gone to virtual. So even me, right? Like and I know that you're in a similar place with business professionals. I come from in the world prior to the pandemic, everything was done in person. No one used video conferencing and they were available. No one used video conferencing. So then we got back this year and in late 2021 back into things. And me and my business partners at the bank, when we're trying to make contacts with new nonprofits, we put it on the table and we'll say, we'll buy you lunch. Would you like for us to come into your office? We'd love to see the organization. And 9 times out of 10, they say, no, we'll do a Zoom call. A Zoom call is fine. I think in January, we visited we met with 6 nonprofit agencies. Only one of them was back in the office and was excited to have us come in and visit them. Everybody else did it all through Zoom. And so going to this, I think that it's those in-person meetings, like being able to sit the way I did with my friend today, right? We had lunch. I, hung out. She brought her 2 daughters and we just sat in Fridays for like 4 hours, just talking and drinking and having a good time. I think that with FaceTime, live streams, video conferencing, people what is it like, physical in-person connection, it's just going to get less and less and less. And I think it'll be,
I can't do without it. Mine is actually
me
going to
neither.
get more and more again.
Yeah, I agree. Me neither. I needed in person, right? Like, especially you build relationships. I'm like, listen, if me and Angie weren't doing the trip for my birthday this year, I'd probably be coming to hang out with you in the summer. It'd be like, oh, you offered me your sofa. I'm going to go hang out with you this summer. Like, right? We're going to hang out. I'll spend the week at your place. We'll chill. You do your thing. I do my thing. And then that's it. Like, and this, anyway. Okay. All right. K-Walk says Bon Jovi. People will always want more Bon Jovi. Okay. All right, next question. Would you rather, so that's what the WYR, would you rather be stuck in an elevator or on a Ferris wheel for 24 hours?
Just by myself?
I mean, the semantics, sure, that's, by yourself. Your face. I think I would need, and it's so funny. I think the human nature in you is that you want more information with these questions because you said by yourself. And I said, for me, and internally, I was like, well, what time of year is it? Because for
That would
me,
be the next question.
right?
And then the location matters too, because the
Right,
Ferris
right,
wheel is going to get cold.
right. That's why.
But you're
Exactly.
going to
We're
be
here.
able to see the stars.
Exactly. And have fresh air. So I think, okay, so overall, I think it would be a Ferris wheel because at least I have fresh air. I think being in an elevator in that closed box and not being it would drive, like the claustrophobia in me would drive me crazy. But then you think about the weather on the beach. I'm not trying to have that thing back and forth. And what if we're all the way at the top?
No, that's the funny thing how our brains work. My
Go ahead.
brain worked completely different. So yeah, I was thinking about the weather too, not necessarily about the wind. That didn't pop in my head.
Right.
But it was like, okay, am I alone there or am I potentially on a date in that
I
moment?
mean,
But there's cameras in the elevator, so the Ferris wheel would be a better choice potentially.
potentially. Paul says locked
This
in a
is
box
what you
wouldn't go well. Go ahead.
no. This is what happens when you get a buzzed single on a live show.
No, that's okay.
where
That's okay.
that
That's the
train wreck
purpose of these
goes.
cards, to get to know each other a little bit better. No holds bars. That's what. So when I was telling you questions that I wouldn't normally ask, it's not that I'm afraid to ask you anything, but I wouldn't think of this shit. Like, unless we're like super bored
Yeah.
and we've been in each other's presence for like 20 days straight, that it's like, okay, what else? Like, I wouldn't think of these questions. So for me, it would be Ferris wheel. Only because I think I can't do the closed box the way Paul said.
Yeah, I probably would go for the Ferris wheel too. The chances are, because we got a few of those in San Diego, I'm going to get stuck here.
Right.
You get to see the stars. It's not going to be
Right.
too windy.
Right. Yeah, you would hope. All right. How do classrooms look different now from when you were in school?
God, we still had the green, what do you call that? Tafel. What is it in English? The whiteboard in your classroom.
The chalkboard.
Now
Chalkboard.
the chalkboard. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
actually had
Yep.
one of those old
Actual
green ones and
chalkboard.
it
Yep.
folded out.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah. Same. And so it's so funny. So for me, when my niece was going back to school at the beginning of last year, she said that every student had headphones. And I was like, what? Like in class. And they gave every student headphones and they gave every student like a Chromebook so that
Yeah.
they can do kind of their own work. And that never, like for me, they didn't even have Chromebooks back when I was in school. We had
Oh my
one
God,
computer,
I had a pager.
right?
I still remember I was so proud having a pager, and then I
Right.
had one of those old Panasonic phones.
Right.
And then we had the tube monitors with the computer.
Right.
The tube monitors. Not even thinking about 2K.
Right. The tube, right. The big gray glass. Right.
God.
Exactly.
We was programming in C++, and the teacher did no less than we did.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay. So Gretchen says coat room was behind a black chalkboard and went up and down. If you got in trouble, you got put in the coat room. That's kind of scary. Oh, that's so funny. Kevin says technology and also the entire desk situation. They are tables, bean bags, couches, and such. Really? Kevin's also a
Like
teacher in school.
in schools, I'm like, I know that in those lower grades up to 4th grade preschool kind of
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
but also in the higher grades, I'm like, we had one.
Yeah.
We had a hangout room, so not the actual classroom, but kind of like your break room
Yeah.
where we had beanbags and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
usually, huh?
Yeah. K-Walk says key punch cards in my day. And Paul says he was a key punch operator in college. All right. This is good.
Wait. Key punch cards in what?
Key punch. So if I know, that's like for the time to punch in it was a card. And when you
Yeah,
started,
I
if
know
this is
that
what they're
from
talking
work.
about. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about too, where it's like they click, click,
Right.
and you
Yeah.
have the timestamp on. You had that in college?
Yeah. I don't know. They need
Okay.
to tell us more. I spent a lot of time in 3rd grade in the courtroom, in the courtroom.
Learning SPSS on punch cards. Got it.
What is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Programming.
Okay.
It was literally that printing. Yeah, that was we didn't even have that
Okay.
anymore.
All right. Okay. Let's see. What else do we got? What do you take too seriously?
I hate when you turn on that timer. It stresses me out. It literally gives me heart palpitations.
Told you we were gonna have fun.
What am I taking too seriously? What other people think about
Kevin
me?
says everything. I love it. All right, we appreciate your honesty, Kevin.
What other people think about me? I definitely still take way too seriously what other people think about me.
That's good.
Oh no, I don't take myself serious, K-Walk. No.
She said this stream, you better get out of here with that. The timer, wait. Gretchen says that you take... That was good, Gretchen. That was gold. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was good stuff. Paul is explaining computer programs were done on the card. You didn't have the computer to type on. Everything was done on cards. Now I'm feeling really old. For me, I think sometimes like my job, I take my job, like my customers and how like how I am and how involved I am and the situation. So if the mortgage or if like the processor isn't understanding what's happening, I get all bent out of shape. I take that entirely too seriously. And it's like,
oh, like those trouble clients that you just need to let go.
Right.
That you should just let go.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. If I was interested to hear this answer from you, if someone offered you $10,000 every time they punched you in the face, how many times would you want to be hit?
Do I get to hit back?
No. I knew that you were going to have some crazy answer, some crazy response. I said, this is perfect for Evie. Yes.
Considering the plans I have, you get to punch me anywhere between 3 to 5 times and you get one back.
Okay, so anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000, but you got to hit them back at least once.
There is one back at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. My question is, for me, is who's hitting me, right? Like,
it's like I was just going to say, let's just please not be at The Rock or somebody
right? Like who's hitting me? Right, because depending on who's hitting me, then that could it could go from 1 or none to maybe 10, maybe not.
Oh, you just need to add a few more to rebuild those teeth of yours.
Right, exactly right. Vaughn said the same thing. Vaughn's like, depends who's doing the punching, right? But Paul says the same thing. I'd take a Will Smith.
I'll take a couple of those. I was impressed, even though when he had that meltdown, which Will Smith, he's got his head right on. He just had an emotional meltdown that moment.
I agree.
And we all have those. And still, he bitch slapped him rather than fist
shit out of him.
So,
he smacked the shit out of him wholeheartedly.
I take a couple of those slaps.
Right. For a couple for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Listen, go this side, make it better, then do this side. Listen, you're giving me $50,000 once the night is done.
Go for it.
Paul says, Maestro hits me every day. I should be rich. Cats can be evil, Ball. I believe that. All right. This one. How fast can you say the alphabet? And go.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Don't make me do that in English.
No, that was good. I'm going to let you slide because I didn't specify. That was good. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That was pretty quick. All right. But
Less than 30 seconds.
I was not expecting for you to do it in German. That was perfect. Loved it. Okay.
I still calculate in German too.
Do you really?
That's I count money in German. Now it gets fun when one thing I have done over the last couple of weeks with my family is I switch my numbers around because in English it's 85.
Okay.
When you say 85 in Germany, it's 5 and 80.
Mm.
So when I say 85 in German language, I'm actually saying 58.
Got
So
it.
that sometimes brings some confusion.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm like counting money or stuff like that. I
Yeah.
still do that in German language in my head.
Oh, that's interesting. So I read it somewhere that even it's something with your head that if English is your second language, you will always internally in your mind always do things in your native language, even if you're
No,
speaking in English. No?
I dream in English. I think in English. My mom is
Really?
making fun of me speaking German now.
Yeah.
I had a time. So when I came to the States, I was
Yeah.
speaking at home still full on German, and I was
Yeah.
speaking English at work. So I hadn't completely immersed myself in English language. I was still thinking German. I was translating it actually into English.
Yeah.
And when that marriage finally was done and I completely immersed myself in English, there was about a month
Yeah.
where I mixed up German and English and I started dreaming in English and it was starting to change.
Yeah.
Now I have moments when I watch American TV and they are
Yeah.
speaking German. I don't even catch it's German. I just understand it.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm like, I dream in English. I think in
That's pretty cool.
English. There is just that counting money somehow is just easier in German language.
Got it.
And the alphabet, maybe because it was so ingrained into us in school,
Yeah.
where it's just like it was easier to say it in German than it was in
Yeah, that was
English.
quick. I was like, wait, hold on. That was really quick.
Oh, like
All
don't
right.
don't give her, don't even ask her. Just go with what's easy.
Right. All right. How do you plan on growing your business?
Hmm. I am actually we're going from the alphabet to growing my business.
Yeah, it's all
I
random.
am actually I just got off last week with a call with somebody that I am hiring next month to be more guest on podcasts.
Yeah.
So rather than me doing the live show and podcasts and all of that, I want to focus on all the things that are happening behind the scenes, but being guest on other people's shows. So that's going to be our big focus as well as paid advertising.
Very cool. Okay. So marketing, kind of like marketing through being on other people's shows. Yeah.
Mhm. And
Very
just
cool.
building those relationships, building those connections.
Yeah.
Some of my closest connections have been through some, actually not through summits. I met those people through a live show and then met
Right.
them on a summit when we
Yep.
are still friends to this day, back in the Google Plus days.
Oh, I wish Google Plus, listen, that's a whole nother, I wish Google Plus would have caught on. Google Plus had the makings of being
Yep.
really great.
Yep.
You just disappointed me. It gave me bad nostalgia. I was like, oh, Google Plus. It really, I really wanted Google Plus to catch on. I thought it was the coolest thing.
It was.
I'm,
I met a lot of really cool people over there.
yeah. But it's so funny because that's how you and I met. We met technically through Kelly, but it was because you guys were coming on my live stream
Mhm.
to talk about the, what is it? The content
Content
power,
marketing power up.
yes, content marketing power up. I knew I was going to get it. So we met through a little bit before, but then the live stream, and then we became friends from there, and that was all she wrote. Like that was literally all enough for us. And then for me, it's the same thing with really capitalizing on my relationships, taking advantage of blogs, SEO. So pretty much what we did on Thursday, right? Like taking advantage of blogs, SEO, my relationships, and bringing in additional revenue that way. So, Diana Gladney, what's cracking, girl? How you doing? Diana coming through to show some love. Diana, you missed some fun stuff. I want to get you on the show, Queen D, to put you in these. Diana, so Diana will be the one that'll go back and look at what we've answered already. And Diana will be like, oh, hell no, India. You ain't getting me on your show to do that to me. Hell no, fam. I love you, but nah, son.
Ah,
Okay.
she
this
is all
one
up for something like that.
This one, Diana loves to have fun. So, okay. How often do you get a new phone?
When my old one annoys me. So with the phone,
Yep.
interestingly, I'm not so much into, I need the new thing, I need to upgrade it, I need it all.
Yep.
I before I moved to the iPhone, I was using
Oh, I
my Google
remember that.
Pixel
Your Android.
5.
Yeah.
I was using that for 2.5 years, but it literally just got to a point where I wanted to throw it at the wall. So it's time to upgrade.
Yeah. So that's funny. So I get a new phone every year when they come out. I anticipate, I wait every year.
Now the thing is, I was on Google's subscription
Right, right,
phone
right.
line,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I am on AT&T right now because they were the only ones that let you upgrade and trade in the Pixel on their deal. T-Mobile didn't do it. So back in the
Gotcha.
day when I was actually with T-Mobile,
Yeah.
I did pay extra to do
Yep.
the upgrade every
Every
year.
year. Yep. Yep. All
And
right.
so now that I have the iPhone, it's going to be 2 years till the contract with AT&T runs out, and
Gotcha.
chances are then I'm going to play the game again, switch over to
Right.
T-Mobile, and then
Do
probably
the
upgrade
trading.
every year.
All right. All right. What kind of driver are you?
The one that yells at you.
I knew it. I knew it. That's why. So it's so funny. So these were
And
some of
then
the questions that I knew I know the answer to, but I was like, wait, but the community may not know the answer to. So I have to ask these questions because you and I, we both like will fuck somebody up for lack of better words. Like, listen, I will come out. I'm definitely that driver.
now,
Mm,
shout out to Stephanie Lou. I am not
right.
carrying that anger around with me anymore.
Okay.
So we have let go of that anger that came along
Ooh,
with it.
okay.
But yeah, I'm like, seriously, you are not even driving 65 and you are in the left lane. What the hell are you doing in the left lane? Does
Right. Right.
nobody in the States know right
Right.
driving laws? They're here for a reason. Get the hell out of my way.
Right. So that's the kind of driver Evie is. Okay. Would you rather go on a road trip with Oprah or Jimmy Kimmel?
Oprah.
Really? I don't know. I'm torn between this one. So why Oprah?
Because I want to pick her brain. Jimmy Kimmel just frightens me. There's going to be a camera in my face and he's going to do crap with me all time long.
So I was torn on this one when I looked at this card. I was definitely torn because it's one of those things that it's like, being right, picking her brain, being enlightened. She's going to show me things that it's like, oh, I didn't know. She's going to be like, her cool, calm disposition of let's go here, India. I want to show you. And one day when I was traveling, I discovered this small town, right? Like this is my image of Oprah. So if you're watching, please take us on a road trip. However, I thought, Jimmy Kimmel, listen, on a road trip, you're just going to have a good ass time. Like, you're just going to laugh the whole time. I was a little torn. Right. K-Walk says Jimmy Kimmel, she needs a laugh. Vaughn says Jimmy Kimmel, hands down.
You all go on a group road trip with Jimmy Kimmel and I go have dinner with Oprah.
I was torn. I was definitely torn because it was that, like, her level of knowledge. It's like, All right. Let's see what else. What eats up most of your time that you would like to change?
Thinking.
Overthinking or just thinking? Because there's a difference.
If you are spending your whole damn time thinking, chances are you are overthinking.
I love that. Okay. All right.
Hey, at least Kevin is on my side.
Oprah, learn some minds. I agree. I mean, listen, I didn't deny. I was like, I don't know. I was torn between that one. Okay.
By the way, I was laughing at K-Walk. And do
Why?
the others driver actually hear you? You are
Right.
basically yelling at your passengers. So most of the time, I don't have passengers in my car. I do behave myself when once in a while I
Right.
do have passengers. So I do not kill their ears. But yeah, believe me, the other drivers do hear me.
Right. Yeah. If it's
Loud
summertime,
enough.
you're hearing me. Listen, I can be a little crazy. I've definitely.
Oh, I will
I don't
honk
know if
at
I'm
you.
ready for you guys to know my crazy. And thank God Angie's with her cousins. So she's not as vocal tonight in the chat because Angie just loves to tell my stories to you guys. She just loves to tell you my business. So I'm grateful that she's not on tonight's chat.
We
But I had a
like
little
being
bit.
all up in your business.
I know you guys do. I know. I don't need these cards. I just need Angie on to tell you guys. But I'm a little bit of crazy. What
Just a
kinds of
little?
a little. I'm a little crazy. That's all I'm gonna take ownership for. Diana, don't say nothing either because me and Diana are really good friends too. So don't say nothing. What kinds of conversations do you have with your closest friends? I'm mad you laughed. Wait, I'm mad you laugh like that. Hold on. Do I need to?
There is no children watching the stream, right?
I don't think so. Listen, Paul, we needed a disclosure warning. We got to fix that disclosure for these live streams, Paul. We have to do a rated R because these answers I know with my guests will absolutely be rated R, and I want them to be the funnest as they can be. So go ahead, tell me what kind of conversations do you have?
Funny, more like how do you say that actually?
Raunchy. Yes. Yes, crazy German. Raunchy.
So, for example, a girlfriend of mine calls me. You know, you actually still can you still can just voice call people on this thing.
Right.
I didn't know that. I
Right.
didn't know that. She calls me, so I plug in my earphones and I'm cleaning up and I'm like, you know what? I want to organize some shit. I need to organize my nightstand drawer.
Right.
Which then led into a toy conversation, preferences, guys,
Right.
with the end result of my toy drawer being organized by use case and color.
Okay. Paul says, you wouldn't want my answer to that question. Well, alrighty then. We will move on. How did you make your first sale?
That is a good question because it kind of just happened.
Right? Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the actual first sale. And then which first sale, because I was also working in my parents' store. So that's pretty like, somebody walks in, wants something, you sell it to them. Thinking back and trying to remember, in my business, the first sale would have been social media services, which I pretty much did through a referral from my second husband company. So back to relationships again.
Yeah.
People who know people who know people.
That's it. Yeah. And it's so funny. I thought about it in the same way because I've been in sales for a long time. So I'm like, well, what do you mean like when I was a salesperson, like in Radio Shack? Do you mean like as a salesperson as when I was like a loan officer? Do you mean like now? Like, well, I need more context to this question because it could all be very different and they were all very different experiences, right? So my first sale as a loan officer probably was through a referral from a nonprofit agency. My first sale at Radio Shack, I don't know. I don't know. Paul says, I'm hearing a buzz in Evie's house. Funny you say that because when we were prepping for the stream, Evie said, do you hear that? And I said, hear what? And she said, never mind. So it's funny now we're talking about this.
And in one of those shows, I need to tell you the fun story of when I was an electrician school and the guys took me to go buy a birthday present for one of the guys.
Okay. All right. We will revisit that. Would you ever pick up a hitchhiker?
Probably not.
So I love, and I'm glad, again, some of these questions, because it is those surprising elements from your friend. I thought you would have had an instantaneous answer, like either an immediate no. I probably defaulted, like if I had to say if someone asked me how Evie would answer this question, I'd probably say that she'd be like, fuck no, are you crazy? Like, right, but you had to think about that. Why did you have to think about that?
There is hitchhiker and hitchhiker. Again, give me a little bit more information. I live in San Diego. You literally have, I don't want to say normal people, but normal people just wanting to get to the beach.
Right.
So it's like, maybe, but probably not.
Right. Diana right away. Diana was like, nope, I can see she wasted no time with that. That was the time wasted on that was the YouTube latency. She
I
immediately
love
said
Paul.
nope. Paul says, depends on what he looks like.
He's got a point. He does have a point.
Caleb.
That's kind of where my thinking was going.
Caleb says, heck no, heck no, heck no. No, I need better sound effects. I have to load up my stream deck with a bunch of sound effects for this game because this is going to be my thing going forward with all of my guests. And so for me, when I saved this card, I also thought about it. I was like, I don't know, because sometimes I feel like I can, like, as tough as I am, sometimes I feel like I am like a little bit on the naive, sweet, understanding side. I'm definitely that person when it comes to like my loans and my mortgages. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I have that side in me, but then I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to have nobody kill me on the side of the road. Like
Exactly.
then the Brooklyn comes out at me. It's like, what are you, stupid? Snap out of it, coño. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, no.
That's the thing where I'm like, I would like to still be alive tomorrow.
Right. Kevin says, nope, not unless you know them. Kevin, that doesn't make them a hitchhiker, Kevin. That makes them a friend that you randomly need to. Kevin, that is not the definition of a hitchhiker. Diana says, what's funny is though I have to pick one up though at night in a bad snowstorm. Go figure. See, so this is Diana just explained like what I was saying about myself, that as tough as we are, we have that good nature, because there was one circumstance where it was like a bad rainstorm and I wanted to like say, hey, do you need a ride? Right. But then it'll be that one time that then, you'll never know what the hell happened. Hey, Erin, what's going on?
I need to meet up with Glenda.
Yes. Let me see. Not anymore.
She's in
Used to pick up
Huntington
teenage
Beach.
girls. Oh, okay. From the
See,
beach.
that was exactly my thinking, where it's
Right.
like you have so many people coming and going from the beach.
Right. Yeah. All right. Okay. I like K-Walk's answer. Isn't Uber just paid hitchhikers, which is true. But the thing with that, right, that it's like, it's, you can track it. I think, the level of safety that they have now that you can, although like, what good does it do that we can track you if you're dead and they don't, even if they find you a half an hour after you die, like so much can happen in a split second, right? All right. I'm going to skip through some questions. Complete this sentence with anything, because I put 52 cards on this deck. Me and you will be here. We'll be live streaming. It'll be a 5-hour live stream if we go through every single card on this thing that I put. I got to skip through. We've already been streaming.
I'm a single in San Diego with nothing to do.
All right. Here, let me see. Wait, what's happening? Okay, I'm going to stop going back and forth. Let's go back to this one. Complete this sentence.
At the beginning of the show, though.
I know. Complete this sentence with anything other than your job title. I am a...
We already did crazy German. That would be my usual answer there.
Well, that's fine. It was unexpected. Crazy German. If that's what your answer is.
Or a pain in the ass.
You're a pain in the ass.
Procrastinator.
I would say my answer to that, other than my job title, I'd say a cool ass bitch. I'm a cool ass bitch. That would be my answer. That's kind of like a crazy German. A pain in the ass.
With a damn cool haircut.
Exactly. With a damn cool ass haircut. Thank you. All right. Let's see. The world is flooding. I was interested to know this answer about you. The world is flooding. You must build a small ark. Which 7 animals do you save? And so I have to count. So we got 7. Name 7 animals.
Rabbits.
Okay.
Dog.
Yep.
Cats. That timer is making me crazy. It doesn't let me think. Chickens.
Okay.
We got 3 more. What
Yes.
else am I taking? Horses.
Okay.
Pigs.
Pigs. Okay.
What else do we have? I don't know.
All the animals in the world, Evie, you don't know a 7th animal?
There is all the reason behind all of the ones that I just counted.
Okay.
And I'm trying.
We got to pick one more animal. One for every day of the week.
Fish.
Okay. I was surprised you didn't say dog first. Why did you say rabbit first and not dog? I was a little surprised at
Because
that.
I was thinking about eating and food first, and rabbits hump like crazy and replicate themselves like there's no tomorrow.
Okay.
So you have an easy regenerating meat source.
That was a great first answer. Glenda says cattle for meat. K Walk was telling you to take some birds, dog, horse. Vaughn gave the best answer probably out of all of us, Vaughn and Diana, the most tasty animals. Diana says chickens, catfish, fillets. Oh, wait, hold on. Polar bears, turkeys. Gotta eat. Frogs, hippos, bees, wolf, bears, and elephants, salmon. All right, let's see.
Yeah, it's fun to look at the answers because some of them are I want to save my favorite animals, and some of them are practical.
Correct.
Like,
Yeah,
what can
exactly.
I eat? What
I wholeheartedly agree. Yep, I wholeheartedly agree. Who can you impersonate really well? Really? No one? So for me, just thinking about this, I would say Doc Rock. Hey, gang. Hey, gang. You know, fam. So we're going to be good netizens today, fam. And today on Let's Get Live, gang. Because you know, we're going to be good content creators and somebody called Doc Rock. Hey.
Somebody note down the time and send it to him with the timestamp.
Right, yes, yeah. Oh my God. Diana says rabbits are on my list because they're tasty. Oh God.
Exactly. And they replicate each other like. Do you have a saying in English language that are like rabbits hump like crazy?
I think that's all we just say.
Okay.
Embiggen it. Okay, Walk says embiggen. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna embiggen it for you guys to see it right here, gang. Hold on, give me a second, gang. Let me embiggen it this for you right here. Doc is gonna call me. Doc is just gonna randomly jump on the stream. Is what's gonna happen. Okay. How did you develop key partnerships?
Interestingly enough, I have just been focusing on developing partnerships. They just happen. We just get along, we chat, I check in with people.
Yeah.
I think one of my things is that I've been realizing about myself when I start to struggle, I reach out to other people and check how they are doing. Which is this whole building relationships and looking after them and building those friendships.
Yeah.
So I just do.
Yeah. I think that's definitely building, keep checking up on people, I think is huge. I know that's kind of a part of how me and you stood in touch, whether it was you messaging me on Messenger at first because we hadn't chatted in a few weeks. And then we eventually switched numbers. What are you laughing at? No, Diana, I can't stand you. Wait, Diana's a moderator too. Damn it. I was just going to say, somebody click Diana off the chat. Damn it. I bet you she's already sent it to him. Wait, she did.
When did that clip feature came out?
I have no idea, but Diana, so she clipped it and she just sent it to our group messenger. I just saw it up on the screen on the group messenger. Clink.
Diana, I love you. Diana,
I swear to God, Doc is going to be randomly calling me. Hey, mira, coño. Hey. Oh my goodness. But that's how you and I became friends. And I think definitely a key partnership. The same thing with me and Diana. And it's so funny. You were talking about like phones and like how you can use them. Diana and I think we've been talking consistently for the last year now. It's very rare that we'll call each other on the phone. It's always FaceTime. Like it's always like I'm
literally when I get a regular phone call, I'm like, are you okay?
Right. Like what happened? Is this an emergency? Right. It's always a FaceTime. Right. Like it's so funny. All right. Do you have a system in place? And you're not allowed to say ClickUp. So this one I am going, I am, what is it, deviating a little bit. ClickUp is not allowed for you. So outside of ClickUp, do you, I know that answer. See, I know the answer because I know what you're pointing at. Do you have a system in place to keep yourself organized? And I do know the answer, but go ahead.
What India knows, it's literally next to my camera on that wall right there. I have right now 3 because the first quarter is already over. I need to order new ones. Paper calendars, quarterly paper calendars where I lay out my big plan initially. So I have my group program on there right now. So literally with these not the paper post-it notes, but kind of like the flags, the posted flags, the plastic ones in different colors. And I literally have it different color coded with events I need to be at, pre-recorded events, my program. I have Stephanie Liu's NLP Master Prac on there because I know I'm going to be assistant on that when my stepdaughter is coming into town. And that's where I start. And literally,
Right.
if somebody wants to plan something with me, they
Yep.
always get this look.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when you showed it to me and I was like, what the hell? It's a whole color coded. All you see, if she doesn't explain it to you, you just see this big chart and it's just colors and lines. And it's like, okay. So she does have a great system in place to keep herself organized outside of ClickUp. So Diana's reminding me that she has a wrench. I know. Damn it. I realized after the fact. I can't kick you out. Okay. Moving on.
What about you?
What do I keep? My iPad. That's what I use. And I just use it really honestly. I just keep, so my system, my iPad with to-do notes every day. I'll start a to-do list for the bank. And my system is that usually when I'm like on it, I'll go through emails and I will read the emails. And if I need to respond, I'll write it down on the list first. So I like to go through the emails, write down what I need. I'll listen to my voicemails, write down those people, and then if there's any applications that I need to submit. So I go through everything first. So going into a flow of, okay, here are my emails, here are my voicemails, here are the applications. Then I look at the to-do list, and then from the to-do list, I'll start attacking, okay, let me respond to the emails. Those are quick hits. Let me start calling voicemails, voicemail responses. Those are quick hits. And what takes the longest for me are the mortgage applications. So definitely my to-do list. And then even further kind of with to-do lists is I take advantage of the iPhone reminders app a lot. And I am going to go over that on one of my live streams in detail because the iPhone's reminders app is actually a really powerful tool with tagging people and subtasks and dates and reminders and like even locations. So using those two in sync is actually how I keep myself organized. So
yeah, I fall back into a physical to-do list when I get overwhelmed. So when I get to a point where it's like, God damn it, I've been lazy for 5 days. I need to catch up and there is so much to do, or I'm just in a season of so much happening.
Yep.
I happen to have one sitting around. I literally just go back, one post-it note. I'm not even going big. I'm not going digital. I'm literally just a post-it note. What are the things I need to take care of? And then I go through okay, is it important now?
Right.
Okay, then it goes at the end of the list.
Yep, exactly. All right. Who do you look to for advice or mentorship?
Matters the topic.
Ooh, that's a good answer. Okay.
It really matters the topic. When it comes to my personal growth, it's Stephanie Liu. Simply, she's my NLP coach. We speak the same language. Having gone through the master prac, I'm like, okay, my value levels 3 is coming out, and she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
When it comes to content, I have a couple of people where I'm looking at on what to do, how to do. It really matters the topic and what's happening.
Yeah.
And then I got the people where it's like, oh my God, I'm having a shitty day. Just tell me I'm awesome.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. There's definitely the same thing. It depends on who it is. I mean, for advice, I usually go to Angie first because she'll talk me off the ledge and let me just talk.
Vent.
Exactly. Just vent and be like, what the effing? I want to kill this person. So then when I talk to the person I really need to talk to, I'll be like, all right, so this issue happened today. So Angie's usually always my first go-to. And then once I just spit it out like word vomit and get it out and I get the emotions out, then I have to decide who is this best for. So is it work advice? Is it relationship advice? Is it, anything else? Content creation advice definitely makes good, who I'm choosing. Diana saying, back to writing this book, this weekend fun stream as always. Thank you so much, Diana, for coming through. And thank you for clipping that and sending it to Doc. I could always count on you for catching me out there.
I love her.
Oh, God. All right. Let's see. The president needs you for a special project. Again, one of the things that I think I know this answer. President needs you for a special project. What expertise did they come to you for?
Seeing systems where other people see chaos and they definitely have enough of chaos.
That was a fire answer. Go ahead, girl. All right. I wouldn't even know how to answer that for me.
It's I'm like, you're like on fire. It's like, I literally do this thing. I walk my dog in the morning and I recognize all of the inefficiencies in my property and how easily they could be fixed.
Yeah.
My brain is doing this shit 24/7.
Yeah. I would say anything technology because I'm a nerd. So I don't know. All right.
So interestingly, I would be calling you for anything money and finances. Not numbers. We figured out that you don't know how to calculate. That's a whole nother story. But
I'm not even mad at it. Listen, I have my mortgage calculator here. I got my regular calculator. I can talk you through the process, definitely, but whatever. Okay.
What will calculate the tip, but she will get you in a house.
That's it. I'll get you the house. Exactly. And if Gigi's still here, Gigi can attest to that because I helped her too. So I can get you the information you need. I gotta just double check my numbers is all I'm saying. I can tell you the process. Okay. What is something people should know about you?
I got just as much imposter syndrome as you do.
Ah, that's good. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Just watch my Instagram story. You see me on a Sunday breakdown day on my couch. I actually post about that too.
Bye, K-Walk. K-Walk is going to her stream.
Bye,
Appreciate
K-Walk.
you. She says, really miss Ladies Night stream. This is nice. All right. Okay, Walk, you have to also get me your date too. So I think for me with this answer, one of the things that I get, and you probably get that a lot. Well, most women probably, we get it at some point in our lives, is that it's like, I'm not as intimidating. People always say that I'm intimidating, and it's like, I'm not as intimidating. And I feel like I'm the complete opposite, right? Like I'm not intimidating at all. Like just talk to me and say hi.
I get the don't yell at me. Or are you mad with me? That's one of the things I often get with people that don't know me yet. Because again, I'm German. I'm to the point.
Right.
I am passionate. I am in your face. I use my hands. It's like when I talk about something I'm excited about, I'm excited about it. And I get loud. And I'm just So I had in the beginning, I have a lot of friends now who are like, yeah, initially when I met you, I thought you were a freaking bitch. I'm like, thanks.
Right.
Cool.
All right. Okay.
I'm like, if I'm mad at you, you will know.
Right. Exactly. Right. And you tell me that too. Right. Would you rather find something valuable you lost or fix something valuable that was broken?
Gut reaction, fine, because you never really can fix something that's broken.
Ooh,
it's always going to be broken.
That's good stuff. So it's kind of like a glass. You can put the pieces of the glass back together again, but there will always be cracks in the glass. So it'll never be whole. Look at us getting all prophetic, I don't know, philosophic and shit. I don't even know what it's called. But we all getting something.
I was thinking about, I think a teacher used that also in their classroom. I think that's where where I came across that story.
Yeah.
Talking about words, and especially when you teach kids the importance of words, where it's like you can say something to somebody and you can say you are sorry but you can never make it the same thing again. It will always have an impact.
Right.
That's kind of the visual I was thinking about.
That's perfect. And it's so funny because before you said your answer, my answer, and so here's my answer. I'll stick with my answer. I'm not going to change it. My answer was the other end of the spectrum of fixing something valuable that was broken. And my thought process throughout that is because I always get a sense of pride in being able to look at that and say, you know what, this would have been like, it's like what is it? One man's trash is another man's treasure. Right. So it's like two sides of the coin where it's like you can pick this up and somebody else, if this was broken, somebody else would have said, hey, this is broken. But knowing that I was able to bring something from that garbage state and making it useful or valuable again, and knowing that I did that and I put the work in, I feel like adds more value to it. So that's good questions. Two opposite ends of the coin. And Paul is saying, you all get to stream and I am stuck in a closet sitting on top of a washer in the spin cycle.
And how is that a bad thing?
Right. Paul's anatomy doesn't work like ours, Evie.
Must be good for something.
Right. I get to talk with your hands. I inherited that from my German grandmother, Hilda. She's telling you, Evie.
Mm-hmm.
What would
and when
be
people tell you
Go ahead.
When people tell you, especially if you want to be a speaker, you shouldn't talk with your hands, go tell them to fuck off.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I agree.
I had to throw that in there.
What would be the creepiest thing you could say while passing a stranger on the street?
I don't know why, and it just pops in my head. Hi, beautiful.
Yeah. Right? It is kind of creepy.
Maybe because I just want to punch people, or I'm hearing that too often on dating apps. I don't know. I'm like,
yeah,
come up with something better.
Yeah, I agree. So for me, like the creepiest thing, if I were single, I have to give that disclosure just in case my girlfriend is still watching. If I was single, the creepiest thing I can say to a stranger is be like, damn girl, look at that ass. Like that's kind of creepy.
And I used to be an electrician, right? It's like I got all of them.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
All of them. Where it's like you just grow a thick skin, and it's like, oh, so you didn't get any last night. Now you're letting it out on me. Cool.
Exactly.
Fine.
Exactly. All right.
Well,
amusement park or water park, and why?
Amusement. Because interestingly, as much as I love water, I am freaked out by it. I have learned swimming fairly late.
Okay.
So, and water parks are often enough, there is a big chance of crazy people and drowning to go all the way crazy. So yeah, amusement park. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I would say water park because I am deathly afraid of roller coasters and heights and the drops on roller coasters. So when I go to amusement parks, I am the friend that'll be like, I'll hold your purse. I'll wait for you at the end of the line. Go. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'll hang out right here. Swear to God.
So how about when you come visit, I'll take you up with my flight instructor and we do the stall training.
So what is that exactly?
Stall training is where you train for an engine failure up in the air.
Say no more. Nope. Nope. Absolutamente
my instructor did that with me, and he warned me. You do that in the air. You do that high up in the air. You have more than enough room. You learn how to recover the plane. That's what stall training is.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, whoop.
Yeah. No. That's that exact feeling, and which is what happens when you go on a roller coaster. That drop, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like that is what might feel that I'm going to die in that moment. So no, absolutely not. All right. What deserves all of your attention but seldom gets?
Where's my fluff puff? My fluff puff.
What is your fluff puff? Oh, Bailey.
I think Bailey is on my bed right now.
Oh,
he doesn't get as much attention as he should get.
Wait, Gigi says I'm all for hollering at a dude with a nice ass. So clearly she doesn't think that that's creepy.
I didn't say I wouldn't holler.
Right, right,
I'm
right.
saying a dude I don't know on the street hollering at me. That's
Right. Glenda says her husband. I feel the same way. Sometimes I definitely I agree with you. I feel the same way with Tyler, especially. How old is Bailey?
13.
So they're the same age. Tyler's 12. So I feel the same way that I'm like, especially now that they're getting older, right? I'm like, oh, I just need to cuddle you all day. So I definitely feel that way too. Okay. What has been your most satisfying moment in business? Are we looking at the t-shirt? I thought we were looking at the t-shirt. I thought you were
Oh yeah,
because you're
no,
wearing
that's
your
heavy
brand.
too.
You're wearing your branding, right?
Now, the most satisfying moment was I had just moved to San Diego. I went
Yeah.
to Pat Flynn's meetup here in San Diego.
Yep.
Next to getting stuck in the elevator with him. That was
Yep.
funny. But I'm sitting there and we are doing the introductions around the room, going
Yep.
by the
Yep.
table.
Yep.
And in the middle of my introduction, the gal next to me is like, "Oh my God, you are the girl about Click Up on YouTube."
That's pretty cool.
I'm like,
That is pretty cool.
okay, yeah, that's me.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. First time getting recognized in public, that was.
Yeah, and then in front of, huge people in your kind of, in your arena. That is pretty cool, definitely. So for me, I would probably say being like as a loan officer with because I'm still growing my business now as a content creator, but as a loan officer, just hitting over 16 million. And that's, if you listen to some other loan officers, like 16 million is nothing. Like some of my peers, they close crazy amounts of volume. But with what I do with my niche, with first time home buyers and stuff like that, that's actually really huge because sometimes the loans are much smaller and then the fall through rate. So just looking at I've been doing it, this November makes 5 years. I've grown year over year. So I think that that's huge, seeing that I've never had, and people thought that I was never a loan officer. I've never been in that field. I didn't have any centers of influence, no contacts, and just going basically with a blind eye and doing it and having year over year growth. That's definitely one of my most satisfying moments. I think just seeing my progress and progression.
Why are you justifying your success though?
I don't
don't
know.
fucking
Listen.
give a shit why somebody else makes more money. I know your mission and I'm going to work with you before I work with somebody who has, I don't know how many fucking closed contracts.
You're right. Okay, so this is not going to be a therapy
We
session.
we just had a coaching moment.
We did just have a coaching moment. Exactly. Thanks.
Oh, I was itching over here. I'm like, why the fuck are you justifying your win?
All right. Okay. All right. You're right. How smart is your home?
Not as smart as I would like it to be.
That's a good answer. Same.
You can get in though without a key. Which is funny because it has happened more than once that I'm at my car and I'm like, God damn it, I forgot my key again.
So,
because I don't need my key to lock my door.
Yeah, so I have both. I have the slam lock on top where you can lock it, but then the bottom is a handle. And depending on if I know like my mom or my brother's coming, I don't lock the handle part, but I'll just lock the top because they can get in the house. But I don't have a smart thermostat. And you would think with as techie as I am, especially here, I don't have one. I have central AC, central heating, right? And I don't have one. And I keep seeing I need to get one. So it's smart, but it's not as smart. What?
If I'm like, I'm even considering getting a smart thermostat, even though I'm living in a rental.
I know. It's so cheap. I know. It's just been one of those things that I'm like, why do I know.
Though you cannot get into my place without at least crossing 2 cameras.
You need, same. I have 2. So I have the front doorbell and then I have the camera that's in my living room that faces the entrance and also faces the top of these stairs. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those neighbors now. I just changed the location of one of my cameras. So I have 3 outside cameras, right?
Right.
And I just changed one of my cameras to actually be able to look across the street because I'm one of those neighbors that has a serious problem with people having their dog off leash.
Mm, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I just placed it so that I can see all the dogs off leash and call the office.
Listen, I ain't mad at you. Glenda says half smart. I like that answer. Half smart, not full smart. Half smart. What's your approach to marketing?
Oh God.
Your face.
Yeah,
I love
because
your
that's one of the big pieces of cleaning up. I had paid
Yeah.
so much attention to YouTube and numbers last year, where it's like focus has shifted this year, so our approach is completely changing.
Yeah.
One of the things that we are really paying attention to this year is it actually turning into sales? I'm done of just blanketing content and social media and all stuff out there,
Yeah.
and it's not turning into anything. It's not turning into a relationship, it's not turning into a sale, it's not turning into anything feasible.
Yeah. Yeah, my approach to marketing is that I need to start marketing because I'm not marketing enough, and so we text last week when I was like, I need to learn more about Facebook ads and I need to figure that out. So my approach is to learn and start doing it because I know how important it is. So my approach is it's getting an approach. I guess building an approach is my current approach. All right. Gen Z is the first generation to grow up completely on smartphones. Do you think that will have long-term consequences for them?
Yes.
I agree. Why? There should be an and why.
I had too much fun of even though I'm not Gen Z,
Yeah.
I see the changes in me. The
Mm-hmm.
loss of paying attention. So my
Yep.
attention span is squirrel.
Right.
Um, physical. The
Yep. Yep.
there is such a thing as other people have tennis arms. We have handy thumbs.
Yep.
The mental, the anxiety and the stress smartphones can bring.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see all the long-term effects.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you with that. And I had started. So it's so funny. Here's the other side. Can you, Kevin? I need to learn if you can edit them. That's interesting. But the other side of this, so I think, yes, I think that it creates social, like you said, social anxiety where, right, we're forced. How many phone numbers do you know do you know your phone number by memory?
I finally remembered my new phone number.
Right?
After 12 years, I changed my phone number to a San Diego phone number,
Right.
and I'm still mixing it up because it used to be 916 and now
Right.
it's 619.
Oh, so that's a pain in the butt. So I think with the social anxiety and the social interactions, I think that that's going to create a problem because now people like talk, whether it's through DMs, even us, like now we all got to know each other through online and things like that. And it's like, yeah, there's FaceTime and stuff, but it's like people are usually doing some form of DM instant messaging, right? So then when if they're forced to meet in person, that social awkwardness, the introverts, the social anxiety, I think that that's going to be more prevalent and more prominent because there's not as many opportunities for people to build that confidence and to go out to someone and just have a conversation. However, I have thought about this before. And what I think that this has also done which we are all like, I guess, an experiment of, or whatever, however you want to phrase it. The smartphones opens up the opportunities to talk to people that you never would have talked to, you would have never had conversations with prior. Right. So
I would
smartphones.
not accidentally run into you on the street.
Right. You wouldn't. right? So that smart technology and, all of you guys, right? Like Paul is on the West Coast, even Gigi, she's in Albany, us being really good friends, like all of you guys in different places of the world. It's like, when would that have happened? So I think that there are pros to it, but then it creates limitations. So I think that there are two sides to the coin to that. What sound do you think you would miss the most if you went deaf?
Sound, music in general.
That's good. If I had to think, well, if I didn't have to think, if I had to do an answer, it is the ocean sound, like waves crashing, water. I put on ocean sounds to go to sleep. Like I love waves crashing. So I would miss that the most. If you were making a care package for your enemy, what would you put in it? Is your enemy your first husband?
Family pack. No, because we were
Okay.
literally joking about
Okay.
that at some point.
Okay.
Family pack of painkillers, a bottle of Jack, and a what do you call those? Those hangman tie thingies.
Mm-hmm. Why? That's so crazy sounding. I need to know more. A noose. What the hell?
That one.
A noose. Maybe I shouldn't delve into that and see
And then
crazy
and then
TV.
and then and then probably with a message of, "Can you take care of my problem, please?"
Ooh, I don't ever want to get on your. I don't ever want to be an enemy. All right. I don't.
It takes a lot to get to that point. It takes a lot to get there.
Paul is just reminding everyone, be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you. So we are going to wrap up soon. We're coming up on almost 2 hours. I'll ask you a few more questions. And I am reminded, that's so funny. So I jumped in very late to Loria Petrucci's stream, Live Streaming Pros, on Friday towards the tail end. And they were actually talking about this here, your call to actions. And she was saying, that she doesn't ask people in the live stream to tell them to hit the like button. And so she was trying to get people's opinions on. So go ahead.
Do always, because I'm always for supporting. I'm always trying to jump on. And it has been more than once that with Paul's comment in there, oh yeah, shit, let me jump in really fast. So what here comes the practical again. What I'm doing with my recorded videos, I literally told my editor, I don't care if I'm putting the call to action in there or not, keep the visual call to action to subscribe or to like, keep the visual in there. So you can do the same thing in live, where it's like, you don't necessarily have to be like, hey, remember to like, or go lock up a Paul in your closet that reminds everybody to go like.
Right. I mean, that's the best solution. Just keep Paul locked up.
Have something where you have a timer. So some of the things when I did the show with Ecamm is I actually had the same scene set up twice, but with the timer from the first to the second one, so that you have a nice swoop through, or have the counter going on the top or the bottom or something where you don't have to think about it. But people like me that forget about it get reminded of it.
No, I agree. And I like that idea. Definitely. I want to do better in it. I've actually asked the twins to try to do some sort of keying or like green screening, the way like OBS has it, that you can bring in a video file as an overlay and key out that video file to then download. So the same way we do with a recorded video, you can key it out in Final Cut Pro, but OBS gives the functionality that you can do it during a live stream, like instant. Glenn told me to send them the file because he said that's interesting. So hopefully it's something we see in the future, because I did send them the file, and that was like a week ago, because that's something that I know I would be very easy for me to do an overlay, or like exactly what you said. Do 2 scenes, the next scene with the overlay, key it out. It has the call to action, the buzz, ding, ding, the like, right? All of that. And then move on back to the regular one. But I think that it's important that we definitely ask for those likes, because It's not even like in a bad way, but people sometimes just forget. The way you said, you come in, you want to start watching, you have a good time, and you totally lose track of time and you forget. All right. So I love how you think this all the way through. Yes, of course. All right. Let's see. Hopefully the next few ones. So we'll go through 3 more cards. This better be a good card next. When you were a kid, what was the first thing you wanted to be when you grew up?
I never wanted to be anything.
Really?
I never had this whole I want to be this or that. I
Yeah.
never had that.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I like this. So I'm like, I feel like I know you even more. All right. So for me, it was always, I always for very up, like from when I was a kid all the way through high school, I wanted to be a police officer. Actually, all the way past high school, I wanted to be a police officer. And I was going to school for criminal justice. And I was an auxiliary police officer in high school. I was about to enroll in New York. They're like the cadets, which is kind of like pre-police officer or whatever. I was about to go do that. And I was working in Home Depot as a part-time job. And one of my assistant managers, I immediately went into leadership. And my assistant manager, he was asking me, well, you're part-time, you're going to school. What do you want to do with yourself? And I don't know if it was good advice or bad advice. I feel like it was like a double-edged sword. But I told him, I was like, well, I'm going to school. I want to be a cop. And he was like, why? And so I said, I've always like from when I was little. Now, I graduated in high school in 2000. And so back in like 2001, literally right when I graduated at the same time, they had just changed the entry level salary for New York City police officers starting at $35,000. That was the entry level salary. And so my manager in Home Depot at the time said, do you know how much I make? And look at what I do. I hang out with you all night. Like, yeah, we got to deal with bullshit customers, but me and you close together every night. And you see, I don't do work. Like, and he showed me, his clothes and stuff. He's like, listen, he made almost $100,000. He was like, he said to me, you're too smart to risk your life. And you see how these cops get treated. He was like, you do what you want to do, but you are entirely too smart to risk your life for that. He was like, I don't think that's for you, kid. His name was Eric. And when he told me how much he made, I was like, what? And that's all she wrote. And then I immediately went into leadership, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all, because I will say that because I am that person, we've spoken about this, that I'm an all in, and I know you're the same way, all in or all out, right? Yep. I know that if I would have become a police officer, I would have absolutely been all in. And you know that sometimes cops, they go through really crazy shit. And I either would have ranked really high, or I probably would have gotten like shot or some crazy like morbid shit, because I would have been all in trying to rescue somebody or trying to like get the bad guy. And God knows, right? Like I can see. So I think that I'm glad you rolled your eyes. So I'm glad that it worked out the way it did, because here I am. So, Glenda says actress and then a nun. Those are interesting.
I did have a nun phase when I was like 19 or something, but
Really?
it had nothing to do with actually wanting this job, but rather the guys are freaking insane. I'm just gonna turn a nun.
Gotcha. All right. So 2 more cards. Let's see. Mac, I know this answer. Mac or PC?
It could just pop it.
Right. Next. Okay, so that won't count. That won't count. Okay. How long could you go without talking?
I actually do go days without talking when my introvert sets in and I'm not leaving the house.
Yeah.
I can go a few days without talking. The problem is if I'm being told.
Oh yeah.
I have to go days without talking. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. That's interesting. So I've started working on this in the last maybe 4 years. I have this nervous anxiety thing that I used to fill empty space with just talking. Like I'd be in the car with a friend and it'd be quiet for too long, and I just randomly start talking about shit, and it's like, why? And so I was able to at least recognize that now I can just, I'm okay with that silence. It doesn't make me feel awkward. However, I definitely had an issue with, it wouldn't be long. And Paul is saying, I can just see it. None Evie, Sister Evie. That's what we're going to call you going forward.
I would
Sister
definitely
Evie.
going to be the troublemaker.
Oh, my honey came back. She says you're not. She's probably home. Hey, babe. Okay. So we got two more cards. Yeah, because the Mac or PC one didn't count. What could you do all day and not consider it a waste of time?
Anything. Researching.
I agree with you on that. Angie just came in, so I want to say have sex. Is that bad? Hold on. She just reminded me we're being
Rub it in.
Wait, but I'm gonna turn red because as true as it is, it's like I'm not okay. We're gonna move on to the next subject, and I'm not gonna look at you.
So Angie, I want to hear in the comment section if she actually can hold up for 24 hours.
Hey, shut up! No, I should have never answered. Okay. Have you ever done a technology detox? What did you give up and how long did you last?
Yes, everything.
Really?
My late husband, his family has a cabin up in Desolation Wilderness, which is up towards Tahoe in Nevada, by California, Nevada, the border. And there is no reception. There is no internet. It is an old wooden cabin. You got the wood stove you are cooking on. You got gas lights there. So yeah, when you go there, there is no technology.
Yeah, and we do not need a clip of that. No, I should have thought about that. Damn you, Diana. Diana reminded everybody about the clips. Oh, God.
If somebody has Diana's mailing address, please DM me so I can send her a thank you gift.
Oh, God. You know what? I'm mad. Now I'm mad. Now I'm going to always be conscious of the things I say because I can't trust you guys. I'm not answering my own questions anymore on this podcast.
You do recognize that even if we would not have the clip feature, we still could clip it.
I know. Look, I know. She says, babe, look, now she's blushing. She's not going to want to come on the show on Saturday. I mean, it's true, right? We're all adults here. Gosh.
So what? I don't think Angie was around when I was talking about actually organizing my toy drawer by use case scenario and color.
Yes. No, she was not. Listen, we got to keep it real. So I have never done a technology detox. I know Angie would love to do a technology detox with me. So I haven't done one, but I probably should. I don't know if I'd be able to because you took it like wood stove and all of that shit. Man, that's like.
It is definitely easier when you don't have a different choice.
Right.
It just is. It's a wood cabin. Yeah. It just is. It's also been a couple of years. It is there is definitely anxiety attached to it because my business is online. Right. I'm completely stepping away from everything in that situation. Right. But it is also exhilarating to step back into it and be like, oh yeah. I did that.
Right. It is true. I should try. We should all try that at least once in our lives. All right, my good friend. Any parting?
And she said it. So go get her on a detox.
I know. I said so many things tonight. I don't know.
Hey, you wanted to go for 24 hours. There is are toys considered technology?
It depends on the toy.
Worst case scenario, we need to use the toys without.
We're not gonna.
Now she's shutting me off. Do you hear that, guys?
Oh no! Yeah, you see. I'm like
use the non-battery operated toys. So that's the perfect. Never leave the bedroom weekend. Get the food ready beforehand. Non-battery toys. There you have your technology-free weekend.
You know what? Angie is telling you that she needs to get me plugged in. I know that she would love for me to get not plugged in. I'm not. See, I'm not. Wait. So Gretchen was counting. Literally count 14 so far.
That's not too bad.
That's
That
actually
means
not too
I'm
bad.
better.
We've been streaming for right at 2 hours. That's actually not too bad. Thank you for Gretchen for keeping that count. That's so
I
funny.
completely forgot about that.
Me too. That was good. Good stuff. So any parting words?
I survived, and so can everybody else.
Yeah. So
Go hop on.
Angie,
It's way too much fun.
we did. It was good. Angie will be on here next door. Well, not next door, but here in this space next week, Saturday.
Don't put her in the closet. That's where Paul belongs.
Wait, why Paul?
What did
Paul?
What did he? Oh,
I think no, Paul. You know what? Right. So Angie will be on next week. Gigi will be on the end of the month on the 30th. So I think I have a gap from next week. Yeah, I have a gap to the following week when Gigi comes on. But this was fun, and I'm gonna do it with Angie. There's some relationship questions, but we gotta look through them and keep it rated R, or Paul will have a disclaimer warning. This was fun. I'm glad you came on. You finished your bottle of
and
wine.
I hope she will do it with you. I had to. I'm a quarter bottle in.
She says hard no. Definitely not considered technology. She's answering your question. All right. So on that note, we are going to end the stream. I love you, my friend. Today was, what was today? Day 66, day 34, 66 days to go. So I'll be back tomorrow.
66.
Yeah, 66. We took it all the way. Look, all comments subject to clipping. All right,
You
Evie.
do realize that my head is so deep in the gutter right now that it doesn't matter what you say, right?
I know. There's nothing. I just need to just end the stream. That's all I need to do. All right. Tell the fam. Buenos nachos. You'll be back again soon.
Bye, everybody.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, y'all.